Let's be honest, trying to navigate video streaming can feel overwhelming. There are countless strategies, guides, and best practices. But which ones actually work? It's hard to tell. That's why sometimes the best approach is to go back to the basics. Hello everyone, I'm Anahit from inoRain, and today we're going to talk about the 10 main video streaming metrics you should track to improve your OTT streaming quality, and why not make your users happier. The first metric we will talk about is bitrate. Bitrate is the amount of data used to play 1 second of video. In general, higher bitrate means better video quality, but there is a trade-off. So why should you track bitrate? Because it directly impacts the balance between quality and smooth playback. Also, higher bitrate requires more bandwidth, so if your user's internet connection can't keep up, the video won't play smoothly. To improve this, use adaptive bitrate streaming. This means the video player automatically adjusts the quality in real time, which means strong connection, higher bitrate and better quality, weak connection, lower bitrate and smoother playback. This way, you're delivering consistent quality. Next up, resolution. Resolution refers to the number of pixels in your video. But like bitrate, higher resolution also needs more data every second. So why check resolution? Because it helps you avoid wasting bandwidth while still delivering the best possible visual quality. Think about watching a video on a phone or on a big 4K TV. On a small screen, 4K doesn't add much visible improvement, it just consumes more data. On a big screen, low resolution can look blurry or pixelated. To improve this, you should match resolution to the device and screen size. For example, 720 pixels for phones, 1080 pixels for laptops, 4K for large TVs. So track resolution to confirm your video looks good without overloading the network. Next is frame rate. Frame rate is the number of frames displayed per second, usually 24, 30, or 60 frame rates. Higher frame rate equals smoother motion, and this is important, especially in fast-moving scenes like sports or gaming. So why track it? Because it directly affects how natural and smooth your video feels. Low frame rate can make motion look choppy, meanwhile unnecessarily high frame rate can waste bandwidth. That's why you must match frame rate to the content, 24 to 30 frame rates for standard videos, 60 frame rates for fast action. This way your video stays smooth without using extra data. Now let's talk about buffering ratio. This measures how much time your video spends buffering versus actually playing. So why track it? Because it's one of the biggest reasons your users drop off. Even a few seconds of waiting can ruin the experience. To improve this, reduce video quality when needed and optimize delivery using CDNs and adaptive streaming. And remember, your goal is simple: keep playback continuous. Next metric is startup time or join time. Startup time shows how long it takes for a video to start after a user hits play. So why does it matter? Because the first impression matters the most. If it takes too long for a video to load, users may leave it before it even starts. What you can do to prevent this is preload content, optimize your player, reduce initial buffering. Your video's perfect startup time should be in under 2 seconds. Next metric is latency. Latency is the delay between when something happens in a video and when you see it. This is especially important for live streaming. Here, every millisecond counts. High latency means your users are seeing events seconds or minutes late. Obviously, this won't work. You need to fix it with 2 technologies. First, use low latency streaming protocols. Second, optimize encoding and delivery. For live content, you should always aim at delivering your stream as close to real time as possible. Next metric is dropped frames. Dropped frames are frames that fail to display during playback. So why track this? Because dropped frames make video look laggy or stuttery, even if everything else seems fine. And this usually happens due to device limitations or high processing load. Switch to lower bitrate or resolution and optimize encoding settings. Rebuffering events count how many times a video stops during playback. So why does it matter? Because interruptions break immersion and users notice every single one. Even if the quality is high, frequent pauses can ruin the experience. If your guess is that adaptive bitrate is the solution, you're correct. Use adaptive bitrate streaming to stabilize your stream. Another metric we can't skip is throughput. Throughput is the actual speed at which data is delivered to the user. So why track it? Because it shows what video quality your user's device can realistically handle. If the throughput is lower than bitrate, buffering will happen. To improve this, continuously monitor network conditions. Adjust bitrate dynamically. In short, your stream should always adapt to available bandwidth. Finally, last metric, error rate. This measures how often video fails to load or crash during playback. So why is this even important? Because if your video doesn't play at all, why are we even here, right? There are 3 things you must do. Monitor playback errors, fix broken streams quickly, and optimize player reliability. To wrap up, let's note that none of these metrics work alone, so you must track them in pairs too. And here is how. Bitrate plus throughput decide what quality you can afford. Buffering plus rebuffering decide how smooth your video feels. Startup time plus latency decide how fast it responds. Frame rate plus dropped frames decide how smooth the motion looks. Error rate decides if it works at all. And that's all. Hope this helps you next time you have to track streaming metrics. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share it with others. Thank you for your time.